What's going on, everyone? It's time for another creature feature horror film review. Today we're going to talk about a more modern creature feature horror film called Underwater. Yeah, this is a good little monster movie. It was released by 20th Century Fox, January 10th, 2020. And it stars Kristen Stewart, Vince Castle, and TJ Miller as obviously comic relief. Yeah, and it's produced by Peter Sharon. uh, Gina Topping and Tanya Davis, and written by Brian uh, Duffield and Adam Kozad, and directed by William Edinburgh, who he's done films like The Signal and um, uh, Paranormal Activity, Next of Kin. He did that, the most recent one. He also did a film called Love and Land of Bad, things like that. Yeah, so Underwater. Well, you're with Kristen Stewart, who is like a mechanical engineer in this underwater research facility that is what they think is being um, broken up by severe earthquakes, and then her and her team have to work together to survive. So they try to go get in their big mech suits and and go off, and then they go to the drilling site where the others should be, and in hopes to make sure that, one, that it's still there, two, that the people over there are still alive. But as they're traveling, they encounter this weird, like, underwater species creature thing that they're not sure what it is. And then as they keep going, more of them start appearing and attacking them and things. And then, yeah, so they have like the severe elements because they're like 7 miles under in the ocean, down underwater in the ocean. And so the pressure is really bad. So they get to blow up in their suits and stuff if it's not correct. And so you have all the elements, but then you have this big, massive creature. And yeah, it was pretty interesting. The creatures were not like the most scary or anything. They had some pretty cool like human figures, and they had some cool like shadow play type of scenes and stuff in it. And the underwater photography and stuff was really well done. And they used a lot of miniatures in this too, it looks like, and all that was very well to scale. And if you like the Abyss or Alien, this one will be more up your alley. And that has sort of the same feel as those movies. It's really short though. It's only an hour and a half, and overall the acting is pretty good. Um, yeah, Kristen Stewart does it. Like Vince Castle and T.J. Miller do a really good job in it though, and yeah, but yeah, special effects and all that were pretty good too and stuff. And overall, I thought it was a fun monster movie. So I might spoil some of this, by the way, because I want to talk about near the ending stuff, and that's like the spoiler stuff. So if you don't want to hear that, well, we're going into it now. So you've been warned. But yeah, so, and I also really enjoyed the big Cthulhu monster creature that it is, because it turns out like those smaller creatures you see are babies coming out of its skin. They feast and they hop back in and stuff, and that looked phenomenal. It looked like some scenes looked like it could have been a person in a suit, and then the other one, there is the close-up shots and everything of it was great. And it's always obscured. You never see like the full thing, but it was just really well put together and stuff. And yeah, but the things that weren't that great with this movie as well. The story is your typical monster movie. Like, it had a predictable outcome. Like, obviously, like half the movies are like, oh, that's not the actual monster. There's a bigger one and stuff like that. Yeah, so it had your typical twist, which was just a little disappointing. And some of the characters weren't really well fleshed out. Like, Kristen Stewart's character didn't do half of the stuff for half the movie. She moped and cried for some of it too and stuff. But yeah, so there's a lot of pointless filler scenes like that in it. But I think that's from a writing standpoint. I think that's where it was all. They kind of played it super safe. They did it. But also, this was like one of the last movies from 20th Century Fox before Disney bought them out. So they kind of just dumped this one out. And actually, I heard it did an alright job at the theaters and stuff. So, but yeah, overall, it's still a good popcorn flick, a good monster movie. Like if you like Godzilla and stuff like that, this one's similar but underwater. So yeah, and it was actually pretty good. And overall, it had some good dark, creepy scenes in it, and some pretty amusing jokes mixed in. And overall, it's a good popcorn flick. So I'm gonna give Underwater a 3.5 out of 5. It's good, but it's your standard monster movie. Um, nothing really new to bring or anything like that. It's just a good monster movie. So yeah, if you want to check that out or see what I'm talking about, I'll link the trailer down below. I'm not sure where you can stream it or anything yet, but yeah, I'll link that down below at least so you see what I'm talking about if you haven't heard of it or anything. Also, make sure you check out my Instagram that's linked down below. That's where I post my video clips of films and review in the future. How much stories you had the film tell hashtag and subject on film and the hashtag so you're aware of it. Also, my letterbox is down below at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating right after watching the films. And my Twitter's down below at reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms. Stay in loop with this channel. Like this video, share it to more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. If you have any monster movies or any other films or film franchises in any genre that you want to hear my opinions on in the future and on streaming and stuff, and you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below. I'll try to answer as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Make sure you subscribe. Hope you find something weird, obscure, and odd they probably have without checking out together. And also share my opinions on popular films that have come out like this, classic films, and reviews on other things. And don't forget to ring that bell because, well, yeah, the next one, I'm going to talk about horror classic horror comedy, Beetlejuice. Yeah, we're going to go to another Tim Burton film for the next review, so make sure you tune in for that. And yeah, watch out for that Cthulhu lurking in the depths of the ocean. I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.